I hate telling people that my mom died. I talk about her as if she were still alive, just so people won't ask any questions about her death. Because I never know what to tell them. The story is not that simple when my mom was both my best friend and an opioid addict who destroyed my family. It's been 3 years since she passed away, and I still haven't figured out what truly happened. My family and I have struggled to deal with her death, but I'm going home to finally talk about it with them.
They're not outside.
These are really like there's this one.
Oh. Do you have like the charger and everything for it?
I think so. I'd plug it all in, make sure it works.
That'll do.
A whole bunch of stuff.
We all took some of her belongings and hid them away. I kept my mother's journal tucked in the back of my closet. Now it's time to put the pieces together and move forward. February 16th, 2003. I wish I could sit and write more when I want to. I want to go back and read about my children and my life. I want my children to know my thoughts and how proud I am of them. On Tuesday, October 10th, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I woke up with a piece. October 13th, 2000. God has surrounded me with giving and wonderful people. They are a blessing. My heart, home, and help will always be open to them.
My earliest memory of that time is being at the doctor's office. The surgeon saying, "I'm sorry, but it's come back malignant." Your mom instantly burst into tears. She said, "No, I want to see my babies grow up." You know, you guys were our world, you know. Jamie was the spelling bee champion. You were coming up, getting ready for school, and you were just cute as a button.
You know, I remember always having slumber parties at our house and, making our cakes because we never had money to do anything crazy. So she'd have like 8 little girls at our house. How did she even do that as frequently as I did?
It's easy to look back at the happier memories.
Are you painting eggs?
Yeah. Look, me.
You're a mess.
Yeah.
The hard part is realizing that while she was doting on me, my dad and my sister saw a completely different side of her.
She had a partial mastectomy. She had a first round of chemo, a round of radiation treatment, short break, and then a second round of a different kind of chemo. It was in amongst that she was prescribed pain meds. I started to notice that the pain med that you're supposed to take every 6 hours as needed, that we were taking it a bit more often than that. So she would have a couple of days where she was good and normal and up and a functioning human being. Then after that, she was short-tempered, very quick to belittle me for any perceived fault. But I do remember having the thought that, that's a little concerning, but get through the cancer first. I'll worry about that later. And in hindsight, that was the worst decision I've ever made, because that was where it started. She became, over time, very mean. When someone's dealing with chemotherapy and radiation, they're not the same person. But what are you going to attribute that change to?
August 20th, 2001. I'm still in pain and on Vicodin, which I want to stop taking. I'll have to cut back so I don't have withdrawals.
There was one time where she went ballistic and ran out into the street and started cutting her wrists in the middle of the street. And no one else was home. And I had to run out there and I had to sit there and I didn't even trust her to go take a shower. Our bickering and our fighting wasn't just a mom and her teenage daughter, going through the motions. That's not what it was.
Okay, I kind of remember, it's really vague, but I remember being in the kitchen. I thought mom and dad were fighting. Mom had a knife to her wrist, and then...
Oh, I remember that. This is a different time.
Yeah.
But I remember that now that you bring it up. Just shit like that would happen all the time. I could tell he was really trying at the end, but you can't live with that. And you can't blame him either for wanting to file for divorce.
Okay, that was kind of another thing that looking back, mom definitely made dad the bad guy. And obviously I'm so young, and so I'm gonna believe mom.
Yeah,
so,
she manipulated the hell out of you.
I knew that I'd learned things about my mom that would change the way I remembered her. My mom felt alone, and she took it out on everyone else around her. Was there something more we could have done?
I was home and I got the call. She called me and she was like, I took 72 sleeping pills. I don't want to live in this world if I can't be with your dad. I just wanted to call and tell you goodbye and I love you. She said that to me, we didn't matter.
My mom survived, and for the next 4 years, she went in and out of rehab. But just when it seemed like we'd have our mom back, she passed away in 2015. Cause unknown. I see people outcasted by society, left to the streets because of their addiction. Who were they before? A loving mother? A playful daughter? Could my mom have ended up there too? And when I see daughters with their mothers in shopping malls or playgrounds, I wonder if that could have been us.